Gentlemen in the mix.
Hey, Tritus. Welcome to earnings season. I think it was about, between all the companies reporting this afternoon, is about $4.2 trillion or something of market cap combined. So, after hours trading's been freaking insane. Google, despite their report, they're up after hours. Microsoft was down and it's now up after hours. Intel was up, then now it's down after hours. And Texas Instruments is slightly up after hours, right? Someone made a joke about people got to calculate how wrecked they are in this economy with inflation and economic growth slowing. Some people would call that a recession, but of course, others wouldn't. Interesting stuff has happened in the crypto market, at least on Bitcoin, where it has finally achieved the demand line, right? The demand line of the channel we've been in since Black Saturday, June 18th. We've achieved the 200 moving average. And that is it. I mean, I don't know if you could consider Bitcoin pivoting right now, but it certainly didn't capitulate through it. It's regarding it as reality for now, right? Past going on 8 hours. It fell below it with candle close confirmation. And then the immediate follow through was what? No breakdown, right? You can break a demand line, but if the next candle, you break back above it, it's not a breakdown. And now on the new candle that'll be closed in 51 minutes, you've broken back in, and now you're back testing the demand line as a support, and also breaching back above that 200 moving average. Not the worst price action, not the worst stuff going on in the world for the largest crypto in the world, right? So let's see how much price action we receive. Can't really say. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we can say there's bullish hidden divergence or anything on the 4 hour. Not really. We go to the 60 minute if you want to. There's a resolution there. I mean, there was some bullish divergence, but it hasn't really, just on the MACD, not on the RSI. Has it turned into anything? Not so much. I mean, again, you got that demand line, you bounced above, but then you had like the short-term downtrend, right? That you've kind of broken back above or back into this, I guess, which is interesting, but kind of hard to have much conviction in these market conditions that are extremely illiquid. You know what's going on fundamentally in the world. It's bad. So bear market. But yeah, you're still alive. You're not dead yet. Even if you fall out, you can go to 19,891. You make a higher low than previous low. Everything's kind of technically okay, but we just worry about maybe the fractal stuff that we were discussing briefly at one point yesterday in the stream. Also pointed it out to patrons. Yeah, let's be cautious here. But understand if a rally ensued, it would kind of be like a normal spot for a rally to occur. Because why do we call it a demand line? Because there's potentially demand there. Just like the top trend line, why do we call it a supply line? Because there could potentially be supply there. There was supply, certainly, July 20th. There could certainly be demand here today, the 26th of July. I mean, maybe not much. It may turn into nothing, but I'm just saying, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, okay? But we just go back, relative stuff. I'm talking about relative as in like waves and all that. I mean, you go back to April and very well respected channel. You came down to it. You tested it May 1st. Hey, we held it, man. We're holding it again May 3rd. And you rallied, and then what happened? Just another lower high appeared, and you broke it. You broke it the date of May 5th, May Day. Wow. And then collapsed. And then bearish consolidated and collapsed again. And now we're bearishly consolidating again. You can't really say this is much of a bull market. No way. We know that. We just know that in bear markets, you can catch rallies. And so far, the rallies have been really limited, really weak. Even though they could be, some of these altcoins have gone up 100% from their lows. Yeah, I get it. Bitcoin's still up. How much is it up off its previous low? It's still up like 13% from its lows, 12.5%. The previous low. We got a decibel check. Our audio level's good. Healer. We good? Okay. You never know, man. I mean, like, all it takes is just technology to screw up one time and music's too loud and it ruins the stream. Okay, so that's your Bitcoin. And then you got your...
Hex, please, Mitch.
What's up, Gunther, man? Thanks for the 23, dude. Thank you. Well, you know what? Since you tipped me a request for Hex even before I went to Ethereum, We'll look at Hex right now. Right now, dude. And Hex it was crazy. It was down 11%, and then it was up 11%. Dude, whacked out chart, at least the one I've been looking at. But it's still, unless something changed, it's still fine. I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Illiquidity, what in the... Really? But despite that stupid scam, it's still fine. It's still amazing right now. Anything above 3.9 cents is amazing. I don't know what to tell you about that, but where you are now is exceptional, and the target above 3.9 cents is 5.6 cents. That's it. Yeah, rare Nike emoji, exactly, dude. I think it's one of that and Enron might be the only stock market emojis that exist. You might have changed that at some point, but yeah. So yeah, no, whatever, man. Despite that, it's great if you're a Hex person. Won't be waiting for 5.6 cents to take some profit, and then 6.6 cents might be your second profit taking level of this. If you were playing the bullish shark pattern with momentum shifting, consolidation structures going on. So thanks for the one, Gunther, man. Did you say something? Oh, I don't know, man. This one served us very well. I mean, besides that crap, I mean, this thing, we've been able to identify everything on this chart, man. But if you want, let me try to see if I can find some. Let's real quick, just why not look at totals? It's the totals, man. Wow, can you believe what's happening? It was breaking, man. It was gonna be screwed, and then there you have it. We are in power hour right now for crypto, so you cannot be surprised if price action is wild in the next 45 minutes, and it's probably based on what's happening right now. At this demand line, it could be going up. Yeah, Crypto Hoarder already talked about closing out a lot of his short position because it's at an area where it kind of makes sense, where one could be taking a short covering, right? One could be buying back their coins just because that's an inflection point, dude. A demand line and a 200 moving average and clearly failing to break the demand line and starting to reverse. I mean, so here it is. You thought it was over. It's not. You're trying to, for now, regard the level as support. It'd be nice to get above 963, but for now, interesting development on total. Let's play the sound clip, of course.
I like turtles. There's bears out here.
All right, interesting. It isn't over till the fat lady sings, indeed. Hex's fat lady has not sung. It's the same thing, really, man. Whoops, sorry, did not mean to press that. Whoops. It's the same shark on your Uniswap for Hex. It's it's perfect, man. I mean, it really is. And there was no scam on this one. So yeah, thank you, dude. You are golden here. You're golden on Hex until you fall below 3.9 cents for real, not whatever that was. Okay, so I might start looking at this chart more. This is pretty great. 5.6 cents. There you go. Thank you. All right. Very nice. So what does that mean on Hex? Gunther, that means we got 25% more upside from here. And it's up 4.5% today. Nice. How could he see me? Exactly. All right. And more so than this being an orange line, it's more like a dashed green line, because that's the target, dude. You get it? Beautiful. Freaking beautiful, man. God. Somehow it does it, dude, right? It's done this before, but yeah, wow. But you know how it is, man. You know how quick I'll change my tone when things start doing stuff like that. They're rejecting 200s. They have runs and then they fail and they start getting back to demand lines. Yeah, go bearish, but then it crashes multiple times. But then all of a sudden, after all this time and lower prices, that's the ingredients we need, right? For opportunity again. lower prices and time. We got that. So, opportunity. That's all you need. So, more upside probably if things go the way it looks like they're going. Anyway, let's go to Ethereum that has been now neglected. Your second largest crypto. Only down 1.88%. Unbelievable, isn't it? Crypto hoarder, are you out there, man? Did you cover your short earlier? Like, way big. It's like, it wasn't even about Ethereum. Ethereum broke support, dude. You know? It was about Bitcoin holding that demand line and that 200 moving average. And it's like, man, if you're up so much, you know, why keep pressing your luck at least short term? You know, again, all you're doing right now is back testing 1420 as resistance, but this could turn into a bullish and golden candle. You know, you have broken down, but the fall through has been pretty trash right now. Again, 1420, what is that? It's not a joke, man. It's really, really serious. It's super serial, as Al Gore would say, who's made a comeback in the climate gang hustle, right? Greta Thunberg versus Al Gore. Who would win? There it is. 2018 cycle top. You're testing it as resistance as I'm speaking to you. If you break it, hey man, there is no bearish breakdown. But if you do fail, then it could be a confirmed bearish backtest. All right, no edge. Nothing implying on the 4 hour that a reversal or bullish continuation will be happening from here. 60 minutes showing a little bit of bullish divergence on the histogram, but yeah, I still think like adequate and nothing unreasonable about thinking that 1266 would be back tested at some point. You know, you think about Ethereum here, or whatever it does, even if it rallies, you know, makes a lower high and eventually comes down to 1266. You know, stuff happens, man. It doesn't go straight down all the time. A lot of times it goes down, you know, big wave down, small wave up, big wave down. Then what? A, B, C, D stuff, you know. Can't be that easy. You got 40 minutes till your daily candle close. Earnings week, earnings season. All right, your Ethereum on the daily. Still not that great, man. Remember that bearish engulfing candle yesterday? You'll confirm follow through at any time unless you close green today. You'll confirm it. I don't think that's any sort of like bullish reversal, and it's not a hammer. Context is weird here. Yeah, I mean, be looking for an eventual 1277, 1266, 1223. Also another level from history. The dead cat bounce from January 2018. Very real. Like, you know what happens when you break above that level for real? You broke out, you back test, you went straight up. Not a joke. So there you have it. So the one thing we were talking about on Bitcoin, going back to it for a moment, really, it's kind of interesting, and it's not played out and may never play out. It could be completely like invalid, and it looks the same for now, but it could change.
Optimism, 4 hours/6 hours. Thanks, smile.
What's up, Bosendorfer, man? Thanks for the 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at optimism. Wow, that's great, man. Is there a pessimism? Is this optimism coin? Optimism prime? We'll look at it. Thank you, dude. So, yes. Thank you, Chaylin, for the new emoji. I will implement it soon. Oh, I was gonna. Oh yeah. So let me pull it up real quick. This is a chart I created. I don't know if I have it anymore. No, I did it downstairs. Crap, so the work's not gonna save, but at least I got the chart. Let me pull this up. Can't really get too interactive with it, but just hang tight. This is just an idea, and it's just certainly maybe a theory of sorts, but let me show you here. All right, here it is. So, witnessing a fractal, potential fractal of sorts, right? Where, you know, you have the drawdown, and then you have the selling climax on 1, and this 1 goes back to January. And then as we got into February, a new month, a nice rally occurred. Well, we got our rally off the selling climax in June, and then, you know, a couple peaks on 2, and then we rolled over on 3. Here was 3 was higher than 1, 3 was higher than 1, and then you rallied on 4, matching 2 pretty much, about the same here, a little bit higher on 4, and then from 4 you dumped to go to 5, and 5 was you know, above that previous cycle top. You broke back above that, then you broke above the 200 moving average on 5. On 5 you even broke above the 200 moving average in March, and then went to 6, which was the highest height of the consolidation structure, and that was extremely the same situation we just recently had. You know, and then you fell below the 200 moving average, and then it was pretty much all over. If you gave it a little time, it was done, dude. That was when I was in London, the UK. Gross bad times were happening when you fell below 42K. So I'm not saying that it is the exact, it's going to usher in the exact same price action. I'm just saying, like, it's a traditional technical analysis stream, right? So it doesn't mean it will do the same thing. It doesn't at all. Do you hear me? I'm not trying to call that it's going to happen. I'm just pointing something out that's kind of interesting. And that's why I watch the stream, because it's just a different perspective on things, right? I mean, whatever, man. We're just here, bear market, having a good time and looking at charts.
There's bears out here.
All right. So that was kind of whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. That's all it's supposed to do, is just provoke thoughts. And let's see how it plays out, if it did anyway, right? I mean, I'm telling you, it could have there could be a pivot here, and we could run again and just completely invalidate that fractal, potential fractal, you know.
Hey bro, with such weakness in Bitcoin failing to snap back, do you think we are better to get out of S coins and sit and cash either majority or even entirely? Just don't know what to do anymore. Number always go down. Cheers, man. Thumbs up.
Goggins, man, thanks for 3s, dude. All I can tell you, man, these altcoins at the 4 hour have looked terrible. Like, I don't even know the word. It's just terrible. And I'm talking about, they had these nice runs, but these runs stalled at these inflection points. All over the place. I could go, I'm just randomly go and just show you, you know, hey, BNB, what? But look at Mana. Look where Mana went. Mana painted this beautiful shark pattern, bear shark, and this peak and valley level, right? Daily candle closed back from history. You know, you make an 886 and you like test it again, not once, but then twice. You type 2, return it, and on the second peak, you pretty much are showing bearish divergence. And so, like, if you see you're in a bear trend, long term, right? You know that looking left, bearish trend, bearish harmonic, bearish back test, confirmation of the bearish back test, bearish divergence, convergence on the oscillators. I mean, the argument starts lining up for how screwed this asset is short term. And my God, if it didn't, after all those things developed, did it not go down 14, 15%? You know, that's altcoin, right? And you're thinking eventually 73 to 75 cents on this one. Another one we can look at, if you want, is Litecoin, where same situation where it had a nice run. It made a higher high than its previous high, but it was a 113 max threshold shark. Hits a level on the 4 hour. Look, a candle low close, wick lows there. Obviously, some sort of zone of inflection. It's been tested. Right, you had bearish divergence kind of on the oscillators at the inflection point, at the pattern completion zone, and then you started making lower highs. Look, 2 lower highs than the highest high, confirmation of distribution before rolling over, and now you're below the 200 moving average. And there could, it could be a bullish 5-0 in development. I get that. You know, the initial dump happened. You're at a 618. That's pretty much the end. You fall below the 618. There is no bullish 5-0 argument at all. You'd be going to, probably test A and C, and those are normally traditional targets for stuff like this from entering at the pattern completion zone area. But eventually you could be seeing $40, right? You could be seeing $40 freaking dollars because that's the major historical support. We could keep going with this all day if you want, man. All day. How about Uniswap, man? Yeah, of course it rallied. It was down 15%. Of course, getting a Jesus candle. Thanks, Bitcoin. Thanks, Power Hour. This happens. But a great start at least. And you just think about, okay, an asset that had a crazy run, crazier than others because of the Disney news-driven catalyst, but then started stalling out, right? Like had the highest highs, then sold off, made a lower low technically, then a local low, and then rallied to make a lower high than the highest high, and then confirmed, right? Confirmed that they were going to be lower highs than the highest high, and that's confirmation of distribution. And after that was confirmed, that was identified, and you've rolled over from there, and now you're below a key level, and I could show you where you're below right now, even with this little rally you're getting thanks to Bitcoin. This is a candle high close on Uniswap back from September of 2020. It's a valley. It's definitely where reversal happened in January 2021. You went up, right? You went up to that level and clearly stalled out, right? You stalled out bad. And then look really what happened. Some of this work I've been doing downstairs, contractors and all that, so some of it doesn't save. But like the high and then the higher high, and then certainly lower levels of positive momentum on the second high. So it was like, hey man, you start falling below that level. What happens historically? Almost always straight up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Why not down again? It could very well happen where it goes straight down again, and the target would be 449 eventually, right? So it's another one. At the same time, you could almost, oh my God, I'm just now seeing this on the daily. I see some sort of discernible peak here from May 5th. I see an X and an A, I see a B, I see a C, and I see an 886. Oh my God, are you kidding me? So throw that into something I didn't even see that. I wasn't even looking. I didn't even need that 886 PCZ of Bear Shark in the argument to post that. But interesting. On Uniswap, right? Interesting. Yeah. This is the daily, and it doesn't really look like three falling peaks. Nothing like Matic. Matic was another one where it's like, hey man, nice run you had, really nice run, but I'm sorry, you can't run up and fail to break those key levels, not just the horizontal line resistance, but also the supply line. You can't just fail to breach them. And then locally, my God, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, shooting star on the third peak, and then you roll over. And we were so close to that pattern completion zone as we identified this yesterday, plotted it. Well, we were up around 81 cents. You got as low as 72 cents. You almost got to that 71 cent area that was this 1618, the bullish deep crab pattern. Hello, all these coins are catching rallies because Bitcoin's rallying off of the demand line. And I think a lot of that has to do with the earnings report that came out for these big mega cap tech stocks, right? What's up, IR Brandon? Hey man, so we do this. Look what Jonathan just did.
SQQQ please. Is this mostly up to earnings and FOMC?
Of course, man. Market's so illiquid now that you can see, like on a good earnings report, you're just gonna gap up tomorrow. But on gap ups that are not breakaway gaps, the gap could fill in 3 days, where it just starts dumping again and goes right through it. So yeah, earnings season, very precarious situation to be long or short, right? It's really tough, man. Really tough because the assets have been so destroyed this past 6 months, right? That any kind of number could make it pump, instead of dump. And then you dump, and then 30 minutes later you pumping. Like that's what Microsoft did, dude. It was down, it hit a low of 243, and then afterward, like maybe 30 minutes when the conference call started, the pump began, and you got as high as 269. So from 243 to 269.41. That's the stuff you're going to get during earnings reports after hours, and we're so illiquid on the stock market. That's the type of price action you can get while the market's open tomorrow, So yes, of course, earnings report, it's going to be like what's going to happen? And you think maybe this kind of stuff could drive prices up where the S&P sees the pattern completion zone of its own bearish Gartley and stuff. Anyway, so I was just going through assets in the crypto market. Someone requested, they were just asking about things, and I was just, improvising, like thinking about stuff like basic attention token. Like, give me a break, man. Like, really? It was like breaking down. Oh, it's going to hold again, dude, after showing distribution. This is a very real level from history, 44 cents. I mean, you could test it May 13th, tested June 24th, you up thrusted through it July 7th, and then you back tested it perfectly July 19th and rolled over. Now you're just at this neckline, but of course not. Of course it's not. I mean, an area where, there have been reversals, it's reversing again. But probably this time, because of the lower high in the context, whatever it does, melts the shorts face off, they cover their short, then it makes a lower high, and then collapses later. I mean, that's probably what you're going to get on this thing. Congrats, man. All the altcoins are rallying in the last 6 minutes of trading. Doesn't take much money to move them anymore. Just doesn't. What's up, Porter, man? Hey, what's up, Gail? Did y'all see that? I got the 2 lobster tails, the 2 tomahawks, ribeyes, right? Got it was like 2 crab cakes, mushrooms, butter, of course. There's something else on the order too. It was like lump crab meat. Oh, lamb chops, of course. My God, it was the first time in my life I had lamb chops, tomahawk ribeye, lobster, and crab meat in one fork, all drenched in butter. And I gotta say, it was unbelievable. Holy crap, dude. Holy crap. I recommend, if your wallet can take it, do that. This is food eating advice. Yes. So there you go. Just stuff like that, man. Like the dump my God, man. The thing hits resistance. That's probably your lowest risk area for short, and drops down 20%, but then it's hitting a support and it's bouncing off of it, right? These things are catching rallies. Like things like
Gentlemen in the mix.
I think Chainlink looked bad. Yeah, hold on. This is like a historical, but like you look at it like this, where just local range, it looks terrible. It's like there's no action to take on this thing, right? If you were going to take action, it was going to be at the resistance, right? Which some of the trade setups posted to the Patreon, I can't do a trade setup on literally every S coin that exists when they're all at these levels. They're just, right? But I can do a few, and Tron was one of them, that hits like a level like this. Was a Uni, and then Matic, and then there were others, right? It was like Hot, Garbage, KSM, right? I mean, KCS, even though we know you can't really, short that. And there are ones that were posted, right? And then all these were posted anyway, like a charts. Maybe they weren't formal trade setups, but they were posted. Stuff like that. So like your downside, my God, what do you think? I mean, maybe it holds here, dude. Maybe it holds 619, but probably eventually 533 for, the bottom of the range. KSM, right? It's just like, dude, things started falling below the key level, and then it was like insta short trade setup idea. All the bearish divergence, when you fall below this level, for the one time, no one knows. Second time, everyone knows. Triple divergence, all right, might be worth a shot. And it played out initially amazingly, and it's now breached the $58 support. And, it could rally, whatever, but you're in a really good spot if you were able to take a short at the strategic areas where the risk was much lower than it is now, right? You get your face ripped off trying to short now. Goes up to 6150. What are you going to do? You're going to panic cover, right? And then it rolls over late. Like, what I'm saying? Like the dump, we just had a good dump the past couple days, and now things are starting to reverse a little bit. Thanks Bitcoin, thanks earnings reports. That's typical, God, I would never follow Wall Street bets ever. You kidding me? What a joke. QQQ. So what's the point of looking at the SQs? You want the SQs, flip over the Qs. If you flip over the Qs, there's a bullish Gartley and an uptrend going on. SQs though has decay on it. It's 3 times short, levered, right? So I guess if you went with the SQQQ, whatever, because you're using the SQQQ, it's a financial instrument, right? But it's tracking the QQQ. So it's like, why can't we analyze the QQQ and make our determinations based on that chart, the spot price of that, versus trying to actually play the derivative that has decay factored in? Okay, so yeah, and you don't even have like the harmonic here because of that. You don't, right? You don't have a Gartley at all. In fact, you have almost a shark where it looks like, you know, but it held that B point. It only eats the bugs. That's right, dude. I mean, if it's holding above $46, look, you know, July 2021, October 2021, look, January 2022, that is a key inflection point. Okay, we know that. It's there. You see it how many times, right? It's been support recently. Well, you fell below it, and now you're back above it. And yes, it is down 3.35% after being up 6%. So it's a lot, you know, it's still up on the day, but that's what happens when, you know, earnings are some of the most irrational gambling bullcrap out there. I mean, they just are. Like the company can have bad earnings, you know. I think one of them missed and they're up, right? It's like bullcrap. Yeah, like Google's profit dropped 14% in the second quarter. Doesn't matter, dude, because it's a joke. It's a gamble. It's a degen gambler's market for trying to play earnings. So your SQs that's why they're down 3.35%. But if you stay above $46 long enough, it's probably in good shape to pivot and then rally. Like, look, you think about it, accumulation going on, and then it's like kind of a double bottom here if it can really rally. But if you start falling below that 45.98 area, I'd be really careful and cautious. I don't know if I'd be wanting to own a 3-time levered short when it falls below that support. Okay. Kind of like that right there, the zone. You can see it. Because below that is really, look, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That, yeah, you break $45 for real, which you haven't yet. You almost did, but now you're holding. If you fall below that, the downside potential from the bearish breakdown would take it down 20%. So that's your cutoff on the SQQQ for the human being that requested that, okay? All right. So Bitcoin at its highest high on this 4-hour candle. It's power hour, of course. Every time I'm live in the last 60 minutes of the day for crypto, there's a pump or a dump. We're getting a rally here that is reversing the entire market off its lows. And it's only happening at a very interesting level, right? Very interesting level. If we go back to it so you can see, it's not random. It's at an awesome spot. It's at a great spot for a potential pivot on a failed breakdown about, 8 hours ago? Going on 8 hours, okay? Above the 200 moving average, above the demand line. The rally, minimum from here, like if you're just thinking conservatively and looking left, 21,672, right? It could hit that and then roll over later. But I'm just, because even here, man, like, even here, you still caught some bids, even though these turn into lower highs. That's what you got to be cognizant of. What's going to happen on the next move? On this move, is it going to be making a higher high than 23K or 23.6? Interesting. Ethereum's back above 1420. There you go. These things are holding. These breakdowns are failing. Here it is. Here's your Ethereum. They're massive engulfing candle. Right? I mean, just think about in this 4-hour period from the low to the high right now, Ethereum has shifted and positively increased in value almost 6%. This is Crypto Hoarder. This is why I asked earlier It wasn't about Ethereum per se. It was more so about Bitcoin. You're just sitting at this support, dude. I don't know, man. You failed to break down to, and then the earnings reports, they were bullcrap. Yeah, they were bad. They came in and the price was going. It's like, sus. I'm certainly sussing, way less bussing, you know? And my God, the money made, right, on that short downward. It's like, why even mess with it for now? Like, why risk what you made? You made so much, right? It's just like, whew. So are we cool? God, I feel like we've already had a good stream. I've only been live 42 minutes, man. Things been going relatively well, you know, just talking about things. We could keep it going. I mean, let's look at the QQQ. You know, you're looking at the SQs. Well, here's the real Qs, man. And of course, right, you're gapping up. Tomorrow, if things stay the same, you will gap up to around $297. You will gap up. That's where you will be. Does that mean that the Gartley's invalidated? No. It means that there will be a very small gap up. And very small gaps up normally fill. Right? I mean, how many times you got to see them? You know, gap, look, a very small gap up, you know, May 27th. And eventually what happened? The gap filled like the Jesus. Look at these gaps. These gaps down were even bigger than this one. But eventually, they all filled. They all filled eventually. One more recently, July 20th, that gap from June 9th filled. So you're going to gap up tomorrow, and it doesn't ensure that the rally will continue. I mean, this pattern is still valid for a while, you know. It was bussing downward, then the bussing became sussing within an 8-hour period. That's how fast things change, man. It's crazy. Okay, so S&P, that this might be the silver lining here, that it had never hit its pattern completion zone of its own bearish Gartley. You know, and it made its lowest close on the 4-hour since July 19th. This is going to gap up marginally, right? It's currently after hours up 0.57%. You know, and it's reality. I mean, how does it get to 405? It has to be these earnings. It has to be more of what we got today. A lot more. Like, everything in the market's going to have to pump kind of like Google and Microsoft did, man, for this to somehow miraculously get to 405. 405. It's a key support, resistance, you know. We'll see. But you know, NASDAQ's already achieved this gorgeous stuff, man. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. I've just been using the futures on this one. NASDAQ futures, right? It was perfect, right? Yep, gorgeous. It was rolling over and is now going to maybe break back above 12,265. Thank you so much. Tech stocks, mega cap stocks that reported, and the report wasn't very good. And doesn't matter. It's earnings. Doesn't have to make sense. And a lot of times, what makes sense, the opposite happens. That's earnings. Okay. I mean, Dow Jones, same story, right, on this one. Dow Jones, man, never got to the pattern completion zone yet, and it's going to take a miracle to get up there. It's going to require, like, everything gets bought after hours or, you know, before the opening bell, right, to get it to the overbought territory of the downtrend. I guess, at this point, you know, and that could happen for sure, well, of course, right? But yeah, it's still such a bearish trend, man. That's what you should take from this. In very illiquid market conditions. What was it? What was the stat today? It was like the most illiquid day of trading. Yesterday we saw in a while, right? Let me try to find that if I can. Yeah, dude, it's like Monday was the lightest volume session of the year, with 9.32 billion shares trading across all U.S. equity exchanges, breaking previous low mark of 9.4 billion back this month on the 11th. Right, so illiquidity, man, it's getting worse and worse. We've been talking about the illiquidity, and it's not fun because you get gaps up, it's like all the price actions like happening after the market closes or pre-market, and it's just kind of scammy, dude. It's almost like, hey, you're in better shape with crypto, because at least with crypto it's 24/7 and you don't get caught with your pants down, and maybe the market's still liquid too, but you can still at any time of the day you could buy or sell at the current price. That's some sort of solace we're seeing in crypto compared to traditional markets that are like dead right now, middle of the summer. Yeah. Okay, Russell 2000, why not? We got less than 12 minutes till the close. Down 0.69% today. Not really much going on. Kind of flat, dead market right now.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
And that's it. So what about gold though? Switch commodities, kind of, if you want. Whatever, man. Nothing really going on after an insane reaction off of the key levels. That was the target. These were the target. You break 1793. You break 1793, you're probably going to 1677, 1680. You've done it. And when you hit that, there were limit buys set up. There were tons of them. And you've got a rally off of that. You got a nice reaction. But since the reaction, you spent a couple days not doing much of anything. And who cares? This thing could rally, hit 1783, 1793, whatever. It's going to most likely make a lower high than the previous highs and roll over again. You're not in an uptrend right now. You are in a downtrend. Downtrend for now, okay? And we could probably paint a really, really pretty picture here. A channel to conceptualize it, maybe. This is something like this. Let's see how we... Oh my God, dude! Look at that. Can someone?
Look here. Look,
That's a beautiful downtrend on gold. Good respect on the top and good on the bottom. You never quite saw that bottom trend line again recently, and that's because of the horizontal line support. You might see it later down the road, but that's gorgeous. Look at that. That 200 moving average is rejected, rejected, rejected so many times. Please just remember the 200. Love that 200. Even on the 4-hour, daily, that type of price action. So bearish, man. All right, so wonder if you'll see a back test to 1682 in time. I think you would. If you ever break that, though, look out, man. Look out. Long way down. Thin order book. Below 1677, all right? Silver, I mean, and maybe it rallies here. Hey, you're trying to make higher lows. The accumulation in a downtrend. All kinds of divergence on the 4-hour. I seldom look at this on the 4-hour these days, right? So it's just kind of like, you've already crashed, man. You're not at a low risk area for a fresh short, and longing in a bear trend's kind of counter trend trading. It's just I think there's more downside. What's up, Mammoth Holdings, dude? All right, we got a session talk, Jesus, man.
Mammoth Holdings tipped $107.98 at the head of 8 million sites. Thank you. 0.075000000 ETH.
We will look, bro. Thank you so much. All right, we will look. I'm just getting through a few of these commodities. We don't have to look at all of them. We got less than 10 minutes till your daily candle close. Hey, if you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, the bell, sub. Thanks so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, food commodities are up today. All right, like you got corn futures gapped up. That gap's not gonna. That gap will fill in time. You should be patient. Who cares, right? A rally after the cycle's pretty much over. And no matter where you go, you're going to make a lower high and roll over again. Soybeans up. Wow. Well, it hit a level, right? It hit 1289 and is rallying, and it could go all the way to 1436 and test that again. Sure. Yeah, but really that was the end, man. I think wherever you rally off all this, you're going to make a lower high than the highest high, and it's going to roll over again. Corn futures. Well, sorry, wheat. My bad. Wheat also up 4.38% today. You can't even tell, man. Can you? It happens. After you crash like that, eventually you get green candles. Wow. You know, you're at over an 886, you know, from your previous low. It's almost like a massive bat pattern, but good luck with this one. I mean, you could very well catch some sort of a reaction. It's like a Bartley, like went way too deep. Way too. I mean, it was like 96% retrace, but that is an M shape. Yeah, you could certainly react here. You know, who cares? It's going to rally and eventually make a lower high than these two highs and roll over again later. I think commodities they're done. That's okay. What about, you know, sugar had a confirmed bearish breakdown, lowest price in a year a couple days ago, and still, oh my goodness, this is bad, chat. If you care about sugar futures, which we had identified the distribution, the confirmation highs, the last peak of the 3, and what have you done today? Simply, well, yesterday you broke the neckline of the double top. It is now confirmed double top for now, and today you have back tested that level that was once a support, is now resistance. It's confirmed. And you are, you know, at 1747. So I'm thinking the downside eventually 1618 on the confirmed double top with a back test today. And a breakout confirmed yesterday. Nice. That's your sugar. It's the 3 falling peaks. Beautiful. And you got your hog futures that, you know, nice. Maybe the best call of the year on this one, the way it looked and just how awful it was. I think there's a lot lower to go, $86, and then maybe a full reset at 75 in time. COB futures, oh, it keeps rallying, man. You know, it keeps rallying, but it's still well below 220. So I think this trend's over. The only way this starts reversing is if it starts breaking above 238 to 240. Wherever it rolls over, if it makes a 230 high and makes lower highs than this high, then it's still screwed. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. There's no edge. There was no edge on the daily. Nothing implied that sellers were exhausted. I don't think they are exhausted. They're just rallying below a key level. Orange juice futures, of course, pumped. I mean, commodity just kind of like had a good day today. And wherever it rallies, I don't think it's going to make a higher high than 191. But it still very much is in an uptrend. Like, you can't argue with that. It didn't even test the 200-day moving average. It was so strong. So the bearish divergence played out. It's pivoting, making a substantially higher low, and probably going to go test 168 from here. I mean, the way it kind of looks, right? Really, Pelosi's husband had Google calls? Of course he did. Yeah, I mean, those people are evil. Those people, like, are awful, man. The Pelosi's. Imagine ever vote. I mean, at this point, probably no one even votes for her. Dude, they probably got the system so destroyed over there on the West Coast, man, that it's just automatic victory every time for her. Doesn't even have to sweat. No opposition. They've consolidated their power so much. And look at Total, man. Total's gone green. Unreal. On the day, of course, right? It can't be easy, man, right? Bearish breakdowns, they look at they're happening for 23 hours. Nope, just kidding. In the last 60 minutes. No, you're just going to, you know, just a good old-fashioned $31 billion gets infused into this market in an hour, of course, right?
Hey Mitch, Rip Commodities. I hope you're having a good week so far. I was going to take my Pulse Malone Dogecoin profits to buy some real Beanie Babies on eBay, but I think I might put it back into PLSD. Thoughts on the chart? Thank you.
We can look at Post Malone's coin. Yes. We can look at it just for you, okay? Just for you. We'll look. All right. So, yeah, we'll look at US oil real quick. Yeah, it was pumping. And look at rejecting this supply line again. I'm telling you, dude. I get there's a little divergence. The way, like, when you see 200 moving averages, you rally that stuff, and then you reject supply lines, and you sell off back at the 200. I don't think it's good. I'm thinking below $100, $86 to $78. That's just my opinion, man. I could be completely wrong on oil. This thing could moonshot from here, certainly, and one could have a strategic stop loss set up at $93 or something like that if they thought it was going to go higher. But to me, man, this run has been so fun. It's been unbelievable. But yeah, I'm thinking below 100 after back testing 110 twice. Thinking 87 and 78. But we'll see. All right, we will definitely see here, okay? And it all ended with what? The W. We've seen W's usher in reversals before. Do we really need... You look at U.S. oil after... Look at this run, dude. What a run. And then we could just go to a familiar chart, a familiar asset that you all love. You've all come to love or hate. If you bought Bitcoin in 2021, you probably hate crypto. And that sucks, dude. That's your fault. You should have been here when no one cared. And that's the whole point. That's the whole lesson to learn. Right? W patterns. It's a crypto holder, man. It does, right? It really does. 4-hour time scales, man. Data changes.
Crypto_hoarder tipped $125.81. Life comes at you fast. Thanks for everything, Mitch. 0.087000000 ETH.
Thank you, Hoarder Man. And Mammoth, unfortunately, you've been wrecked as session top. Crypto Hoarder has supplanted you as the session top, man. Bitcoin near its highs of this 4-hour candle. I'm talking about, right? It was a good run on oil, right? It started with a hard one. The Gartley that put this entire community, me on the map, whatever, and it all ended. You could go back to the stream from July 10th and go see towards the end of that stream. This was identified. It was a cipher. It wasn't Shark. And that was it. That was the top. And this is what I'm saying. W's usher in whole full-on trend reversals. And that could be what happened on U.S. oil. After what a run, man. This was a U.S. oil type run too. You know it. So anyway, yeah, Bitcoin right now, 40 seconds. Okay, so we got... it was local on the 8th. Oh my God, man. Well. Look here, listen. You know, I can't believe it. Why? Why can you not believe it? I mean, that was like the target, right? Hey, man, like you fall below 22,600, which was the candle high close. Go to the Sunday stream, man. Well, we were breaking that towards the end. And it was like, well, looking pretty weak here. If you don't hold this, there is 7%, verbatim, 7% downside minimum, right? Because of the 200. But this thing went down 8.23%. And there it is. Jesus chimes, chat. Jesus chimes for a new day. Bitcoin survived at least a little bit longer. Thank you, Mega Cap, Rudy Poo earnings that failed, but people bought it anyway after hours because that's the way it works. People scamming with their calls. You got bureaucrats that are elected that are just abusing the system, of course, right? Pelosi. Unreal.
Would you say 3 hours bullish div on BTC if not 4?
Not really 4. 4's kind of, I mean, you know, okay, dude. Maybe on the 4, but probably if you look at it less significant, it might show up better. Yeah, 3 hour, definitely bullish divergence on the 3 hour. Like crazy, man. Like triple divergence on the 3 hour. God, dude. Yeah. So triple bullish divergence at a demand line. Interesting, right? I think it's pretty interesting, yeah. Yes, so impending price action, reversal implied at a demand line on the 3 hour chart, at least here. Again, the target minimum, I mean, if it's going to just respect levels, 21,672, if it pivots and rallies here. That's it. So not much upside before you start testing a very real area. You know, if it was to keep rallying, you got like you got 2% upside before you start testing that high from June 21st, June 26th, and the upthrust July 8th. Cool, dude. I'm just saying, remember. We hit the demand line again, dude. We're gonna do it. It's bottom, it's value area, man, of course. And then when you performed so poorly, you must be paying attention to the performance that will occur here. What kind of performance are we going to get off this little, you know, failed breakdown on the 4 hour? Okay, let's see what happens on your divergence. Yeah, 3 hour, probably 2 hour too, right? This is a 2 hour. No, nothing on 2 hour really. Just a 3 hour. One time scale. 60-minute had it, but it kind of like, I guess it's still playing out or something. But yeah, remember what just happened on Ethereum on the daily? Well, on the 4 hour, massive bullish engulfing candle. Wow, of course, dude. That is life. This is life, chat. This is what happens. And I don't think that's really a bullish hammer or anything. But of course, dude, it closed up on the day. It was down to 1357, right? On the day, at one point, Ethereum was down about 6% and then closed up on the day, marginally. I don't think that's a reversal candle. I know it looks like it. The context is just crap, dude. You engulf bearishly and then you paint it. That's not when you should be like looking for hammers like that, you know, at bottoms, you know, after big runs, not just after the bearish engulfing candle, you know. I'm just not sold on this yet, but it's, oh, of course, you got to ask questions. 1420, we know 1420. It held above it today. For 23 hours, it wasn't. And then on the 24th hour, of course, it rallied above it. Welcome to illiquid markets, man. This is the type of price action you get. It's ridiculous. And then total, you know, of course.
I like turtles. There's bears out here.
You closed within the parameters, it seems, of the range, right? Where you'd broken out, you're trying to back test now. Will it hold? I just don't know, man. God, you haven't seen negative momentum in over a month, man. Yeah, I don't know if that, obviously, that certainly does not invalidate the massive bearish engulfing candle that you received. It does not. Fool's gold candle today, or yesterday on close. Fool's gold. But yeah, what if you rally? What if you rally to $1 trillion? Doesn't matter still. It's still bearish. I mean, until you make a higher high than the previous high, it's just an X, A, B, C getting developed, but you don't have that yet. Okay, man, let's see what happens on equities. The illiquid, said it, lowest liquidity, lowest volume of trading of the year yesterday. So, crypto's going to be affected by that. God, Coin, dude. Coinbase. Did y'all even hear? Did y'all even know Coinbase got devastated? It was down 21% today. No one even cared. You know why? Because no one in this community most likely owns it. It is dog crap, man. Probably one of the worst IPOs ever, you know. Jim Cramer. We like Coinbase to 475. Then like today, oh, they're under investigation. I've been calling for them to be under investigation forever now. Dude, freaking, I know you went to Harvard. I know you say some good things, but man, some of the stuff he says is so clownish, man. When do I ever talk with conviction like that? When have I ever been like, I like Ethereum to some random price target based on nothing?
Hey, Mitch, can you...
I didn't go to Harvard, but I'm not throwing out random numbers on Twitter. And if I did throw out a number, it would be backed up with traditional technical analysis. It'd be about an inflection point. I have a breakout, we back tested, and if it did rally, what would the next level be? That would be the target. Not, we like Coinbase to 475 or whatever the crap he said, you know? Oh, what'd you just say? I'm sorry. Egg. Was that you, Egg? No, that was not Egg. That was dude. Sorry, I was on a roll, man. We was ranting. Just kidding. SNX coin, yeah, we can look at that too. Coinbase probably to 41. We like Coinbase to $41.10 again. We could definitely plot the candle open. That was also regarded a couple times, so at least 48.25, you know. And I guess all it's doing is really just, it's got some sort of little range here, right? A little rectangle of sorts. Failed. Oh, and you know, really, wow, man, you go to the 4 hour on this thing, it's the Jesus, dude. Dang, I'm sorry, I don't really look at Coinbase, man. I'm sorry, I have to look at enough S coins as it is, you know. Like, this would send me over the edge. Well, if it's not the old fateful 88% retrace on the fifth wave, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave, right? Well, it's like 1 wave, 2 waves, 3 waves, 4. But you know, the X, the A, the B, the C. What happens on D? Wow, just another 886 and a lower high on C. Unbelievable. And look how Jesus it played out. Look at the bearish and golden candle you got at this level. Wow. You know, in hindsight, it would have been awesome. It would have been amazing. You know, it would have been like kind of like. It'd have been like kind of Tron. Let me show you. It would have been kind of like Tron, that it had its own little range. Okay, right, here we are on Tron Connect. July 20th. Just, hey man, all right. There's also more argument I posted on the setup. But what was it doing, man? It was like, here was your resistance, the top of a range, and you up thrusted through it July 9th, and then you created the W shape, and you hit the 88% retrace that was literally confluent with the top of the range. And it's like, hey man, why not? I mean, if it goes up to even test the range again, it's probably dead, the idea. So it's like, screw it, man. Let's give it a shot right here. It's already kind of confirmed the top, and the oscillators look kind of terrible right here. All right, and this was the other thing about this, okay, that was crazy. Let me show you. I also posted this in the right after the trade setup. You can see this level that goes back to January and February and April, and then recently twice. And this is the 8 hour, and this is the 200 moving. You see the 200 moving average, right? You see that failing twice to breach that. I'm telling you, that 200, man, is so important. It's real life. That was the idea. That was my argument. That wasn't, we like Coinbase to 475. It was like, hey man, these are my reasons, and they're charts only. And yes, it has not officially hit the first target yet, but it got pretty close. Okay, and I'm thinking in time, you know, this rallies. I don't think it's gonna run up and break above these two highs. So even if it rallies, man, whatever, patience. I think you could see 6.1, 5.7, eventually 4.9. Okay, so that was like kind of when I brought that up, because it was very similar, even we go to the 4 hour here, to what Coinbase was doing, man. Crazy, right? You get a range, an 886. Pedro Jackson, that's your fault, dude. I mean, like, what do you want from me? The only time I've ever posted an official trade setup on Tron was just this one I just showed you. And what was the other one? What was the other trade setup that was posted on Tron? Oh, here it is. This was the hashtag Tron the scam. This was the other one, dude. What do you want from me? All right, June 10th. Here we are, failing to break the resistance, pretty much bearish divergence, you know, 2 times, and look how low the oscillator was on the second attempt to breach a very real level, a key inflection point, not a joke, very strong argument. And what did it do? Goes down, hits both targets, and then rallies. What do you want from me, man? Go talk to someone else. Don't talk to me about Tron being up still. Get out of here, dude. What a joke. Coinbase, screwed. We like Coinbase to $48 or $41 next, right? You'd think. Beautiful though, God. All right, let's get to these requests, I guess. This Bitcoin's going green on the new day. It only took about 12 minutes, 11 minutes. What was Ethereum to Bitcoin for Mammoth? Ethereum to Bitcoin for Mammoth. Oh yeah, dude. What a bullish and golden candle, man. Crazy, dude. It was crazy. There it is. How about that? How about a little shark, a mini shark right in there? But yeah, anything above 6 million sats, you know, it's pretty good. I guess a little hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. It's a massive and golden candle on the 4 hour. I can imagine with what Ethereum did in the last 60 minutes of trading of the day. But still has just not, you know, this old channel you were in, you were just back testing it a couple times of resistance. I guess you're going to go test that. If you ever break 7 million sats, I'm thinking the target would be 7.7 million sats. You say 8, headed for 8 million. Let's go 7.7 first, right? Because look at this inflection. June, September is 2021. even, you know, May, I mean, I guess in May it'd be 8.2. Yeah, 8-ish. And then even like here, you know, kind of April in May of this year, that's where it could be headed. Yeah, sure. If it stays above 6.4 million long enough, sure. Another higher low. Pedro is really more so not mad, just more so like a great opportunity to take a comment that whatever and use it as an educational moment. And I think I guarantee you there might have been one person out there that got value from that Tron thought process, right? The thought process on the first trade setup and then the second trade setup, right? Both short. So whatever, you know, I wouldn't take it personal, man. I would never take anything I say personal. Like, even if I call you out on something, even if you think I was misreading how you said it or whatever, again, I think people gain value out of that. So we had, that was your Ethereum to Bitcoin for Mammoth Holdings. They got wrecked by Crypto Hoarder. Let's go to Post Maloj Dogecoin or whatever. All right, yeah, let's do it. Remember, you know, you had said you'd sold or you were going to or something, but it was just kind of like, well, I mean, this asset yet failed to break the resistance, but it's certainly not making lower lows yet. So that's not done. You can see the uptrend is pretty well respected here, and it looks pretty strong. Remember I was talking about yesterday, hidden bullish divergence argument? Well, you're starting to show positive momentum again. Wow. Starting to build, beginning to build on this candle. So if it's going to rally, I think 488, and then if you break that, you're going to 550 to see the top of the channel. You know, it's actually, if you're just talking about technicals, right now it's in this short-term uptrend and it's only making higher highs, higher lows, and it's actually giving you a 4-hour hidden bullish divergence edge, and it's kind of on like both oscillators. So I'm sorry, dude. Like, even something like Post Malone Doge Chain Coin or whatever, if the technicals look okay, you know I'm not going to crap on it. I'm going to say it's rather okay right now still. Right? Everyone get it? I mean, that's kind of trying to pivot here. Not too bad. 488 would be the next target, of course, if it was pivoting on a higher low. And then 488, 550, then 635. Okay. Nice channel, though, right? Really pretty. For now. Okay, Crypto Hoarder didn't request anything, doesn't seem like. SNX for dude with swords. Careful, dude, with the sword. Do you have a license for that? You need one. I'm the government, and I'm here to help, right? Okay, yeah. SNX that was looking insane, and then it crashed at the resistance because it was like, hey, man, it's either going to break out or get wrecked here. It got wrecked. But after getting wrecked, can it, when the dust settles, can it make a higher low than the previous low? That's the question. That's the question. It has not made, you know, really, it's not in jeopardy yet, but it's kind of in a tougher area to really, I mean, strategize a stop, right? I mean, I just think you go to 247, actually back test it perfectly, and that would be amazing, right? I mean, that would be incredible. You get 1, 2, 3 rising valleys and now a potential uptrend. Oh my God, that would be the best entry ever if you get one more time, because it fell below it, right? We know this level's real. It's not a joke. I mean, this is actually like perfect. You see this, right? The low and then the other low, and this is in 2020, both of those lows. So you never got a back test of the spring. You sprung and then you sprung again. You got 2 springs, but you've never had a back test of a spring. So where it is now, I mean, I guess you could try to say, hey man, but look, dude, there's like this level, like this, certainly some sort of heart line of this rectangle between 240 and 350, like, you know, a high from May 13th and May 16th and June 2nd, and then look at resistance July 4th. You can even see some support here in late June. You know, like you're below that right now. So how do you strategize a stop? You can't right here. You can't really strategize a stop. You're below that one level that there could have been a halfway argument. I think the best entry ever would still be 247 if you were lucky enough to get there. You may not. You may not get there, man. Really, you may not. Even on the 4 hours, almost like there was like an ascending broadening wedge. You broke that, right? Ascending broadening. It's beautiful, right? A beautiful ascending broadening wedge bearish breakdown. The measured move of this is at 250, which would be around the more optimum entry for a strategic long, but you're not even close, unfortunately. And whatever, if it rallies here, it doesn't mean it can't rally here. You get that? It doesn't mean I'm calling for 247 either. It just means, like, if you want to try to strategize your stop loss at the best area, that's the best area, 250, and not here. People get misconceptions about TA, thinking it's all about making calls and stuff. No, it's just more about understanding where it's easiest to manage your risk. And that's why I'm here every day, because we talk about that, you know. Been live now 1 hour and 20 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. How many likes we have? I don't check anymore. Just don't. OP, no, I did forget it. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Blacked out, man. How the heck did it sneak by me like that? Yeah, it snuck by me, man. Sorry. Okay, let's go right now. Oh, it's a crypto. Yikes. It's a crypto that, I mean, KuCoin, right? That's all I can do. I mean, I would say it found itself. This reminds me of Bitcoin 2015. Look at this chart, right? Bitcoin 2015. Bitcoin 2015. Bitcoin 2015. Bitcoin 2015.
If you had one wish, what would it be?
Bitcoin 2015. Oh, this one on this chart it didn't hit the same bottom though. And the other one, oh, okay, yeah, it's like this, like, right. This like reminds me, okay, something like that. I don't know why. OP in 2015 Bitcoin. All right, look at that breakout and back test. My God. Okay, let's go back. So yeah, I broke the level. It never really back tested, did it? No.
Hey Mitch, can you take a look at Hex? What I see is a top and lower double tops on daily, plus on second lowest top, daily candlesticks looks bad. Kings, 0.294704000 LTC.
There's something called Hex. Don't tell the Hex people about this. They're gonna sue, dude. They're gonna sue Hex. Thanks, man. We'll look at it, I guess. I didn't know that even existed, so thanks. Well, you're at the next level now, right? I mean, that's the next level. You can clearly see level of inflection from June 10th. And then 97 cents, 92 cents, right? Testing it, failing. But as you test and fail, you then show you're working on a higher low. You're pivoting. You're hitting bullish divergence on both oscillators right now, implying a continuation upward, which you're beginning to get. But upward continuation does not ensure that you're going to make a higher high. But you know, I would think your target probably here is 92 to 97 cents again for another retest. Emphasis on the re. Right, there's your zone. You got zones, man. You got zoners. Multiple zoners, of course. Do you see? It's all about the levels, man. Overhead resistance. I guess you could try to. I mean, I can identify on the 4 hour at least 135. I mean, yeah, you've maybe Wyckoff accumulation, and then a breakout, and then a back test of the breakout, and then a rally to the next level. It's kind of amazing, isn't it? It's kind of beautiful. Anyway, in actuality, look at this one scam wick low. Look how that was tested and held. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. So 92 to 97 cents for a retest. If it can break it, there could be a lot of upside. There are a lot of straight down, up, down, right? So I would think 135 could be your target if you ever break $1, but you haven't yet. So that's it. There was bearish divergence before the hidden bullish divergence, and it's interesting to see the outperformance. Like if this really gets going, man, it's like a litmus test. It's like you're no longer bear trending for now, right? The bull's in control. If like you show classic bearish divergence like that and you only sell off to back to a scam with low and pivot and start showing hidden divergence and it starts outperforming, all of a sudden it's like, dang, man, trend's being really bullish here. Acting that way anyway, right? There you go. There's your OP. Optimism. We got it, man. We got optimism here. What had hidden bearish divergence, it played out, but underperformed, and is now pivoting and developing hidden. So depending on how well this hidden bullish divergence performs, might tell you, hey man, we could be going to 135 in time. Certainly doesn't really care about Bitcoin, does it? Since, you know, my God, you know, July, mid-July started, okay? 2 weeks ago. That's it. Hex, as you say, there's a Turkish stock or something. Hectas. I see Hecta. I'm sorry, I don't think that exists. Bizco, you're talking about Hex. Bro. It's a Turkish stock, but I don't see it. I know, dude, look. Oh yeah, I guess that is right. It's Hectas. Okay, Hectas. Well, I'll tell you this, my God, you're not getting any, there's no value up here for long. My God, what is this? Chemicals? Diversified? I want to diversify in whatever it's diversifying in, my God. But yeah, you got problems now. You might have had the buying climax, and we could have confirmed. Ah, yes, how it end? How does it end? When you have the highest high ever, and then you have a lower high for real. Then you sell off and make a lower low than the previous low. Then you rally, and what do? You match the lower low and confirm now that there is distribution. There are less market participants owning this asset than before, right? Than June 6th. So also a W shape, right? Almost like a shark of sorts, but it's not because, yeah. But I would say your first target's probably 30. Then after that's probably going to be, you know, right here, a little zone. Below that, it's over, dude. Right? You're so screwed. I mean, what a trend it's been. And it's like, how do you call the top, man? But my question to you, if you say, how do you call the top, is when is the last time this asset has actually made like lower highs? You know, I mean, it hasn't made a lower high really since February. And yeah, when it did that, it rolled over some, fell below the 200 moving average, right? Daily, yeah, we can leave daily. No edge, really. Actually, no edge, yeah, really. Daily. Oh yeah. You can't say bearish divergence because it's lower highs. Bearish and golden candle confirmed, it seems. Yeah, you could be confirming distribution. Remember this, and then we go to one of the S&P 500. And we go, how did it all end for the S&P 500, chat? Well, you made your highest high ever. Then you dumped really hard, which is what Rect did, or Rect whatever. And then it rallied, and what did it do? It made a lower high than the highest high. Then it sold off and made a lower low. And then it rallied and made about the exact same high as the lower high. And that's exactly what I'm talking about with Rect, or Hecht, or whatever. Hectas, Rectas, my God. I don't know, man. Okay, so that's all I'm thinking about. Okay, same with coffee. Makes the highest high, then it dumps really hard, then it makes a lower high, then a lower low, and then confirms the lower high. And then that's the end of the trend. Yeah, Fortinet destroyed. It was hilarious. Fortinet Connect. Bearish as F, man. Super, super bearish. Even more. Somehow you made even more bearish divergence. You gotta be kind of careful because earnings coming out on the 3rd, you know, like next week or something. So Oh, I could just literally write how bad it looks. In before just gaps up pre-market or after hours based on nothing. They like had a terrible earnings report and it still just blows up in short squeeze, right? Runs a $65 supply line. It's a joke, dude. This market's a freaking joke right now. So illiquid. So easy to, squeeze shorts, even though the trend's bearish. Right, so you fell below 57.32. I think that's very bad. I think eventually you wind up at 50. If you break 50, mother of God, there's a straight up. There could be a straight down to $30 in time. But yeah, earnings coming up, so be really careful. That's all I can tell you. Oh my God, Kathy Wood of ARK just sold 1.41 million shares of Coinbase at all-time lows of $53. The average cost of ARK that ARK purchased coin at was $254.65. Remember, this woman's probably like a billionaire somehow. She was esteemed as amazing. She's verified on Twitter. She goes on CNBC. She does all these things, right? She's so amazing, but lost people so much money and bought high and sold unbelievably low. Ever heard of a stop loss, Kathy? Nope. No, I'm just going to sell low when liquidity dries up and it's just been stuck there. Dude, she's so smart. It's like great, man. Like people just keep like defending her. It's like great, man. Yeah, everyone has Harvard degrees. Everyone's so much smarter than us, chat. Everyone's so much smarter and better at this stuff than us, right? We should listen to them, dude. Yeah, they should have a platform. They should be on mainstream media with 2 million people watching them a day, right? Like, okay, whatever, man. Unbelievable, dude. Yeah, now Coinbase is gonna moon probably because of that. Unreal. Guess that might be a good note to end it on. I think we got all of them out of the way. Those are all the requests for the day. Been live an hour and a half, so whatever. It's gonna be one of those days, man. Just a normal stream, nothing like yesterday. I'm just recouping my the bill from yesterday, right? For the Ruth's Chris, my God. But yes, here we are on Bitcoin, man. We held the support, but for how long? You just don't know, man. You don't know. We're in a long-term bear trend, and we know we were after the sixth wave, right? The sixth sequence of a wave. Last time you hit the demand line, and then shortly after collapsed below it, and it went down fast and hard. And I'm saying you're on number 6 again. That was number 6, and you're at the demand line just like you were. And it's like, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying be cognizant of what history did. I hope it holds, and I hope it goes to $1 billion in 10 seconds. That'd be amazing. But yeah, not likely. Okay. So thanks so much for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Please be sure to join the Discord if you haven't yet, man. Come on. Sorry, I didn't even pin it today. I've been getting distracted. We've been going, man. Streaming in the zone. Streaming in the zone. Should make a book. There it is. Join the Discord so you get notified when I go live, because YouTube will inevitably fail you. Join the Discord because that's where the conversation continues when this stream inevitably ends. General chat's where the memes and the fun, amazing culture that we have fostered for many years blossoms. Great community. Mega Munch, it was unbelievable, dude. And I'm about to part 2 it because I had so many leftovers, man. So many. Hoarder, man, does somebody hate me, dude? I guess they do, yeah. Dude, people hated Jesus. People hated George Washington. People hated MLK Jr. People hated Martin Luther himself, right? Reformation. All, like, right? Doesn't, and I'm not even comparing myself to those people. I'm saying, like, even if I'm not doing anything like them, right? Some people probably hated Wells Wilder. People probably hate Thomas Bulkowski. People probably hate Scott Carr. People hate everybody. People hate you, Crypto Order. People hate everybody in the world, right? It's crazy, right? But it's such a small minority of how much love, right, others have for that same person. So what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? I guess it's a good thing. Someone hates you. That means same things happening to you that happened to those awesome people that have accomplished way more than I ever would, and I'm not even saying I'm comparing myself to them, right? But you get it. Okay. So thanks for being here. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.
Gentlemen in the mix.
robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.